Fighters, Rosmero here, and today we are going to be opening a box of Vanguard Extra Booster 11 Crystal Melody. And remember, this entire box and everything I pull in it will be up for giveaway, so make sure you guys stick till the end of the video to find out how to join it. Okay, I guess it's time to open some Mermaids Crystal Melody. So in this set, we are seeing the return of the Riviere and Pacifica archetypes from the old Vanguard. Let's see what we get. And wow, we are starting off with a double rare in the very first pack with Super Idol Riviere, starting off the right chain with the Grade 2, and of course behind we've got the triggers and other non-foil cards. Let's take a look at the Grade 2 Riviere. If your Vanguard is Grade 2, you can write this card from the hand, draw one card, and call 2 Mermaid Idol Rivieres from your soul to rear guard. On Vanguard, once per turn when your Riviere Vanguard is placed, you may stand this card. So that goes hand in hand with the Grade 3 Riviere skill, which allows you to ride itself during the battle phase, if I'm not wrong, which allows you to basically restand all of your Grade 2 Rivieres, allowing you to perform additional consecutive attacks. And here we've got a Coral for... Wait a minute. Is Coral in this set too? I thought Coral was in the previous Bermuda Bermuda V Series set. I can't really remember, but it looks like we are also getting the Bermuda Triangle candidate Riviere. So it looks like this is the so-called Grade 0 version for the Riviere deck. So pretty cool. Did we have this in the original Vanguard? I can't remember because I've never really played a Bermuda Triangle, but I mean back then we had a lot more Grade 0 options compared to what we have nowadays, so I would think that it wouldn't be surprising to have an original Grade 0 Riviere as well. And up next we have a double rare that I do recognize from the old generation of Vanguard, and this is Pearl Sisters Peruru. You can only put one copy of this card in your deck. On rear guard, all of the Pearl Sisters Perura on your rear guard gain power plus 18k and critical plus 1. So obviously this can create a very busted feel as long as you've got 2 Peruras. I'm assuming you can run 4 copies of Perura but in your deck like any normal card, but only one of Peruru, because if you even get 2 Perurus like in your hand and down on the field, that would be pretty devastating. Two like plus 36k for like nothing and plus 2 crits on both sides for 3 critical attacks that are at least 36k plus 8k plus 44k boosted attacks, not even counting Perura's power, which should be about 10k, which would make that 254k lines for nothing. So that is pretty crazy, but considering you can only have one Peruru in your hand, it just doesn't feel very consistent. But I have a bad feeling, or premonition you could say, that the Grade 3 cover, whose name I actually do not know because I don't really keep up to date with the Bermuda news that much, actually has some kind of ability that will allow you to search out Peruru. Well, anyway, let's check out our very first triple rare, which is from Colorful Pastoral, I assume, Selena, and ooh, it has Melody, right? Yes, it has Melody. On Vanguard and Rearguard, if this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, if your hand is 4 cards or less, draw 1 card. So the devastating thing about these cards is that originally the Melody cards were all Grade 3, so that to a certain extent restricted what you could do with them, especially since you can't put too many Grade 3s in your deck if you want to avoid like basically having a hand without a Grade 1 or a Grade 2 to ride into in the early game. I forgot the term that we use for that in the game, oops. But anyway, let's carry on. But now that we have Grade 2 Melodies, that really opens up the possibilities of the deck and allowing it to be a bit more OP than it already was if it wasn't already OP. And here we have a double rare Grade 1 Rapro. Wait, let me take a good look at its name. Lavender Missy Rapro. On rearguard, at the end of a battle in which this unit boosted a rear guard, cost Counterblast 1 and return this card to the hand, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 top idol Pacifica from among them, add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. So This is going to be one of the vital engines for Pacifica, because for Pacifica's effect to go off, you basically need as many copies of Pacifica on the field as possible, and that's one of the searchers, the grade 1. And I do believe there is a grade 2 searcher as well. Although as far as I'm concerned, I only remember one. Oh, wow! And speak of the top idol. And there we go. It looks like our VR for this box is going to be Top Idol Pacifica. On Vanguard, once per turn, cost Soul Blast 1. According to the number of rear guards on your field with Pacifica in their name, activate all of the following effects. If you have one or more, during this turn, this unit gets power plus 10k and drive plus 1. If you have two or more, gain 2 imaginary gift force. If you have 3 or more, during this turn, if your opponent calls cards from their hand to guard, you have to call 3 or more cards at a time. So essentially, if you do manage to get all 4 of your Pacificas on your field, 1 on the V and 3 on the rear, that is going to be a very devastating turn for your opponent. But it is a formation that is hard to assemble and I wouldn't say it's very difficult to break, especially if you play a Dragon Empire deck that focuses on either binding or retire. Like once it's established, you can break through that field pretty easily. So I think it's pretty sick, but not that OP because of the difficulty of assembling the parts. So I don't think it's that consistent. And recently in a video, I saw the current standard meta actually favors Riviere over Pacifica. So I think despite how OP it sounds, it does lack that bit of extra consistency. It needs to be really, really unbalanced. But I guess it's fine like that. Anyway, our next triple rare is another from Colorful Pastoral. This time it's Chiaro with Melody. When placed on rearguard from the hand, cost Soul Blast 2, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as your grade 3 Vanguard, reveal it and add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So obviously we know why this is good, because if you're running Colorful Pastoral, you're obviously going to be playing a Melody deck, so that's going to allow you to search for more Melody units to basically boost their effects by sharing them with each other. You can only use the effect of a card with this name once per turn. So that means you can't call multiple Chiaros per turn and get off those multiple searches. You are only allowed to basically activate this skill of this card with this name once per turn. So a bit reminiscent of Yu-Gi-Oh right there. Gotta limit that effect somehow, right? Because it'll be way too OP if you could cast it multiple times. And I guess it does give you an additional right next turn as well if you want to use it that way. So another empty pack, we are left with 3. I don't think we'll get anything now that we've gotten our VR, right? I was hoping to get at least like one of those special rarities with those special artwork they like to put in like Bermuda sets, so that whichever one, whichever one of you guys wins this box at least gets sort of a special treat. And next we've got double rare, and it's going to be Fresh Star Coral. Okay, it looks like Coral is in this. Coral is from this set, not the previous one like I previously thought. Let me shift my camera back a bit. Alright. When placed on Vanguard, if you have a Coral unit in your soul, draw 1 card and place 1 card from your hand into the soul. When placed on Rearguard, on the other hand, soul charge 1. And if you have a Vanguard with Coral in its name, you get an additional soul charge 1. And during this turn, this unit gets power plus 5k. So just accumulating that soul. I can't exactly remember what the standard Coral grade 3's effect is, but I believe it requires some heavy soul blasting. So that's why the lower grades all focus on this sort of soul charging mechanics. Alright. And looks like this pack's gonna be pretty quiet. Yep, nothing there. And now we are down to our final pack of Crystal Melody. Now let's see what we get. Okay, final pack. I think we're just about to see it, and oh, wait! No! Oh, a special rarity for you guys, and this is a Legend Image Rare, LIR. I'm assuming it's the cover card in full art, and it is Crystal Popstar V-EB11. Oh, I don't know if it's meant to be pronounced Eve, but it's spelled Eve. Very nice. Now you guys really have to scramble to win this giveaway now. Oh my god, I'm gonna up the stakes because of this. Okay, let's check out what if can do. Oh my god, even the name is foiled in gold. And there's so much sparkling going on. Man, this is a pretty nice Christmas present, I would say. Okay, on Vanguard cost, look at the top card of your deck. You may call the top card of your deck to an empty rearguard circle. Okay. I remember this card's effect now. I remember reading about this and thinking how absolutely stupid this card is. It's like, oh, check! Oh, it's a trigger? I guess I'll just put it back. And then it's like, oh, it's a rearguard that I need. I guess I'll just put it down and check the top card of my deck again. And like, if you have an empty circle, you look at the top card of your deck, it's actually a rear guard. But then you want to fool your opponent, so you put it back on the top of your deck instead of putting it to rear guard. Your opponent's gonna be thinking like, oh my god, they've got a trigger coming! But then you're like, oh, it's just a rear guard, I'm just gonna put it. This is so dumb! But I guess it's not that OP based on that video I watched the other day. But let's carry on. On Vanguard, when this unit's power or critical increases due to your trigger effects, double that amount. So if you get a crit trigger and put it all on if, it's gonna be plus 20k plus 2 crit. Which in combination with the very first effect is going to make your opponent so scared each time you look at the top card of your deck and you put it back on your deck, even though you have an empty rearguard circle. I don't know, like even if this card doesn't work that well in real life, maybe because it just doesn't have that good enough of support, it just sounds super scary to me. Like, I do not want to fight this Crystal Pop Star, man. I do not. And anyway, with that, we have come to the end of this Crystal Melody booster box opening. Remember, stay tuned, because if you take part in this giveaway and you win this box, you're getting every single thing here, as well as all the other cards I've gotten that aren't foil. Let's open the imaginary gift pack. So we've got Force 1 and Force 2. Okay, so how are you guys supposed to enter this giveaway in order to stand a chance to win this entire box of Crystal Melody, including this legend image rare Crystal Popstar Eve that I have instantaneously sleeved? Very simple. I want you guys to just go down into the comment section down below and let me know what is the one card from original Vanguard that you want to see retrained the most. So this has to be a card that hasn't been retrained in the V Series yet. Let me give you an example. For me, the number one card from original Vanguard that I want to see retrained would have to be Super Dimensional Robo Daikaiser. So this is a card we had in original Vanguard that hasn't yet received an incarnation or a retrain in the Vanguard V Series. So this is basically what I'm going for. Let me know what is the one card you want to see retrained most from original Vanguard that hasn't been retrained yet. And if you guys have only gotten into Vanguard during the V Series, all you guys have to do is just let me know what is your favorite grade 3. Okay, let's not put favorite grade 3. Your favorite card in the current Vanguard V Series. So how long do you guys have to participate? You guys have until the instant it turns 2020 according to Singapore local time, which is GMT plus 8. Do check if you guys are unsure of what that time means in your time zone, but basically, the moment it turns 2020 in Singapore, I am not going to take into account any comments that come after that. So do make sure that you guys are aware of when the deadline is and send in your entries before it turns 2020. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like. Let me know what you guys think about these new Bermuda Triangle support. Although there's not much to think, right? They just basically come in and wreck the meta every year in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more Vanguard V Series product and booster box openings on the day of release. Our next release is going to be next month, January 17th. We're going to get Extra Booster 12 with Team Dragon's Vanity, featuring the brand new Narukami cards, the new Shadow Paladin, Claret Sword Dragon, and last card Revon for Aqua Force as well. Pretty cool, epic dragonic cards that I'm looking forward to. And with that, hope to see you guys in the next Vanguard video.
Wake up call, look ahead and step towards the light, shining so unwavering and bright. Meet all your foes head on and play hard, open up the path that is